Just how absurd is Maple's defense in her angel form? Even though the game has armor-penetrating mechanics, the swordsman couldn't deal a single point of damage. It turns out the angel form has 9,999 shield points, and those shield points also benefit from her defense stat. Just moments ago, the Guild War event officially began. The main rule was to steal the opposing guild's orbs, while protecting your own. Maple and her team were assigned a cave as their base. Following their pre-planned strategy, Risa, Kuromu, and Kasumi went out to steal orbs, while Maple and the others stayed behind to defend. After heading out, Risa's group easily wiped out a squad, leaving one alive. Then, they followed that guy back to his guild's base. Like wolves entering a sheep pen, the three swiftly eliminated the entire guild and took their orb. Risa then had Kasumi bring the orb back to base, while she went solo to continue raiding. With all her points in agility, enemies couldn't even touch her. After using shadow clones to draw their attention, Risa successfully stole their orb. Next, Risa deliberately lured them to another guild's base, used invisibility to slip away, then started a fire, making the two guilds suspect each other. While they fought, Risa stole a second orb. Meanwhile, the guild that was wiped out earlier tracked their orb's location to Maple Tree's base, but they had no idea what they were up against. Maple activated her Archangel Form, sharing her defense with her teammates, putting them all in invincible mode. The two sisters, who had maxed out attack, turned into human artillery, raining down attacks on the invaders. On the other side, Pain was also aggressively collecting orbs. As the top-ranked player in the game, his strength was no joke. He didn't even use skills or magic, just basic attacks, and wiped out entire guilds single-handedly. In just one day, he had collected dozens of orbs. Back with Maple's group, they had only gathered about 10 orbs in a day. So after a short rest, Risa went out raiding again. Seeing how hard Risa was working, the others felt they couldn't slack off either, so they all went out to help share the load. Maple and the two sisters stayed behind to defend. Kanade's method was simple and direct. She used magic from a distance to enlarge her arm, then plucked the enemy guild's orb right out of its base. By the time the enemy realized what happened, Kanade had already sprinted away. After fighting through the night, Risa was completely exhausted, but her efforts paid off. She had collected 10 orbs in total. Just as she was about to head back to rest, her fox familiar sensed danger. It was members of Holy Sword arriving. Maple also received Risa's distress signal. Leading the team surrounding Risa was Fred. Surprisingly, even at this point, Risa, the master actress, was still putting on a show. Even a simple dodge, she'd shout out a skill name. Her goal was to make Fred believe the skill intel he had gathered earlier was all real. At first, Fred actually fell for it, but as Risa kept pulling off increasingly impressive moves, Fred finally realized these weren't skills at all. Risa was pulling off micro-maneuvers purely through reaction speed. Once he realized he'd been tricked, Fred angrily hurled a magic attack at her. Risa responded with a shadow clone and rapid side-to-side movement, dodging it effortlessly. Seeing so many people fail to land a single hit on Risa, Fred knew things were going badly. Luckily, more reinforcements arrived soon after, and Fred finally breathed a sigh of relief. By then, Risa had reached her limit and collapsed on the ground.
うまく騙してくれたもんだね。実在しないスキルをあるように見せかけるなんて。でもこれだけの人数と戦う力は残ってないでしょ。ごめん、メープル。メープル？やらせない。